Good morning, Foxes, and hello. Today we will be covering the Rise of the Red Axe questline. Make sure to stay tuned each week for another episode of Season 2 LoreScape. If you would like to help me grow, subscribe, become a channel member, or leave a comment. Thanks, Foxes. The Rise of the Red Axe is a series of quests that center around the Red Axe's devious plans to take over Keldagrim. The Rise of the Red Axe consists of two quests, the Giant Dwarf and the Forgettable Tale of a Drunken Dwarf. In the first quest, the Giant Dwarf, you find your way into a cave. Since the dwarfs of Keldagrim decided to open their city for the first time since the God Wars, you board a boat to cross the River Kelda. That's when things take a turn for the worse. The boatman claims to lose control of the boat, which crashes into the statue of King Alvis, a king who lived 500 years ago, which results in it breaking. In trying to repair the statue, you can join any of the companies in the consortium except the Red Axe, since they refuse to accept humans. After doing some work for one of the companies, you can join them and even accompany them to a consortium meeting where the company directors discuss the statue that will replace the now broken one and what head should be carved on it. Of course, the Red Axe director says that his head should be the one carved on the new statue, as his company is the wealthiest and largest. No surprise there, but you decide to throw your own company director in the ring. The director for the Red Axe is outraged. He storms out, screaming that you all will regret this. That's the ending to the first quest, which leads us straight into the second, Forgettable Tale of a Drunken Dwarf, which starts with the director of the Red Axe, Reidmar, leaving the city and taking the whole Red Axe army with him. This leads the head of the Black Guard, Commander Veldeban, to ask you to find out what Reidmar's plans are, with your only lead being a drunken dwarf. Unfortunately, the drunken dwarf won't talk until you bring him a Kelda Stout, which requires finding 4 of the drunken dwarf's friends to get some Kelda seeds. Once the seeds are cultivated, you can use the Kelda hops to make the stout. When the drunken dwarf receives the Kelda Stout, he will start to talk about an old boarded up minecart trail which you decide to investigate after having your company director remove the boards. While taking the minecart trail, you get stuck in a minecart puzzle that must be solved before being able to move on. Fortunately, you somehow succeed in solving the puzzle and find yourself overhearing a conversation between Reidmar, an ogre shaman, and a henchman. This is where you find out that the Red Axe paid the boatman to run into the statue. Then you face yet another puzzle before landing in a storeroom where you discover some rather interesting documents about the Red Axe. After solving one more puzzle, you finally find yourself in a room with Reidmar, the henchman, and some gnomes of Arposandra. You see Reidmar presenting an army of Chaos Dwarves to the gnome emissary while they discuss experiments. Wanting to rush back to Veldeban to tell him what you saw, you're confronted by the ogre shaman who takes away the memories containing what you've just witnessed. When you wake, you find yourself back at the entrance to the minecart trail, which has been boarded up again with no recollection of the Red Axe's plans. So you tell Commander Veldeban that you want a kebab and go to the Laughing Miner pub. And that's it for the Rise of the Red Axe questline. The way they ended it, that second quest makes you feel like there is definitely another one coming at some point. Thanks for tuning in, and come back next week for more lore.